Hi everybody, I'm Dan York, and welcome to this OETV Sports Special. Back in 1982, cable television came to Garden City, and almost immediately, our local sports started to appear in people's living rooms. Soon after that, Omni Edition Television and GCTV were born. Since then, we have had the privilege of bringing your kids football, baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, hockey, soccer, wrestling, and more into your living rooms. We've seen championships and routes. We've seen future college and pro athletes along with bench warmers. We've seen games in the bright sunshine and torrential rain. Scorching heat and freezing cold. We've televised hundreds of games with hundreds of volunteers. When we started, you could watch GCTV on one cable channel, Channel 18 on McLean Hunter. Now you can see us on 3 cable companies and all over the world on the internet. On today's program, we're going to look back at the 1990s. By the 1990s, we had worked our way up to 3 and 4 camera productions. The colors didn't always match, but what we did started to look a lot more like real television, with replays and some of the same effects you saw on television at that time. Tom Knable Jr. and Jason Lynch came along and really changed the way we did things. Add in Guy Batterson, Sean Murphy, and my son Nate, along with the rest of the volunteers and interns that came along, and we had a lot of fun. In the 90s, we closed Garden City's old bandbox of a gym called The Pit and opened the Big Top, as Marshall Henry would call it. This is one of 4 shows that we have produced, spanning 4 decades of sports on TV in Garden City. My thanks to the hundreds of volunteers who have come our way since 1983 and to the dozens of people who worked to put this show on. So let's get started and take a look at OETV Sports 1990 to 1999.
Into Barnett, over to Gorak, back to Barnett, off the glass! And that's how we got to utilize Barnett there. Get him inside of the paint, get him open.
Up off the back of the rim, rebound. Garden City all the way down court looking for Shanks. Shanks tips it to Thompson. Good job by Thompson. Shanks over to Crystal Matesic. Bucket up and in.
Gorak keeps the dribble alive. Left side for Donaldson. Head fake. Cross court now for Emerson. Here's a 3. Yes, off the high glass.
Set up, Allison. Boy, she is good. And I don't think it's too much time. Oh, my goodness.
Must have missed it by about a second.
That's a quick clock.
Sure was.
Last night, Crestwood was called on a delay of game after about 55 seconds. It seemed like it lasted forever. We all in the press box were waiting for them to blow the whistle, and they gave as much time as possible, but finally tossed the flag.
Well, it's a learning thing.
Oh, here's that big fella, 7 foot 2 tall, booming in on the goaltender now. He shoots.
Yes! We got our first goal of the game.
Foul on a 24 matinee, that's his first.
Johnson will go to take it. Short jumper off the iron. Nothing. Garden City gets the rebound.
Matt did a good job of following his shot. He took the shot from the left baseline.
Spin-away jumper by Jim Brown.
Since 1952, this gym has been host to volleyball, sock hops, community events, gym classes, even a Stevie Wonder concert, and of course basketball. And tonight, the gym that opened as the home of the Panthers will close as the home of the Cougars. Next year at this time, Garden City will be playing basketball in its new state-of-the-art gym. And the building you're looking at will be Garden City High School's brand new library. Tonight, they've come to close the pit as Garden City plays their last game ever on this floor, poles and all.
Locke takes a couple of cheap shots at Mariu to try to get the ball. Mariu to Matavas. Matavas finds, and a big, big play there by Garden City. The last thing Garden City needs is a tie right now. There's the shot. Nothing. It's going to be held by Johnson. And the final score, Garden City 72, Bradford Union 79. That's the final game in its gym, and it sure is good to get a W when we say goodnight to this place, Jim.
Yeah, excellent game. Garden City really knew they had something to look for the win.
They really had to play for this win because they wanted to go out with the gym with a win. Excellent effort on everybody on Garden City's team, and you have to give Redford Union a hand because they played excellent basketball.
Garden City goes to 3-4 in the Northwest Suburban League, 1 game under 500, 6-12 overall. RU will drop to 2-5 in the league, and 6-11 overall. So Garden City, a big victory there. It's good to win another one at home, especially the last home game. You know, it was senior night. This is the last game that Mary, and the guys will play that are seniors here for Garden City. It's good to get a victory.
Yep.
Any more thoughts, Jim?
No, I'm all set.
Well, for Jim Poppin, I'm Kevin Kramer saying good night, everybody. Once again, our score, Garden City 72, Redford Union 69. Good night from the box.
See ya.
This is going to be kind of confusing as we start, but leading off for the American side is Tiffany Bako. Sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah.
She's from the Rebels. Let us know a little bit about Tiffany.
Well, Tiffany, she's 10 years old. She plays shortstop, second base, and she pitches. And her other hobbies are cheerleading.
Okay. Oh, we got a liner over to the third baseman. A long throw. Pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Tiffany's safe.
There's Grace finding a hole. First down, good speed up the middle. Good cut to the outside. Grace is at the 45, 50. At the 40, makes the tackle. Grace could go all the way. Touchdown. Number 6 of the season. Amazing Grace.
Bell takes the
Up the
handoff
middle,
and a big
got it.
hole. Touchdown, Garden City. Billy Bell from the 13-yard line trots into the end zone, and Garden City makes it 9-0.
Moslink bringing the puck in. Oh. Keith Day with a wicked drive. England didn't have a chance on that one.
Kevin Kramer along with Harold Larson bringing you this game for Omni Edition Sports. Postal with the ball, crosses the red line. Little double defense there and a save by Garberger. And a goal on Bakashua. I think I said something else,
just
but
the
Bakashua.
defenseman didn't control the rebound, and I can't see the kid's number yet.
So with 9:43 remaining in this first period, Berkeley comes out on top, 1-0.
John Kronberger got the goal.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Garden City High School. Omni Edition presents Garden City Boys Varsity Basketball. I'm Willie Sandman along with Jim Potvin. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play, and Jim will be bringing some stats. You want to bring us up on the records of both teams, Jim?
Garden City so far this year is 1-1 in 2 very close games, both games decided by 1 point. And Wayne has won both of their 2 openers.
I would have called one, I think.
I called more than one, I think.
Kester with 2 points. So 24-15. They pulled it within 9.
No score, first half action, this international soccer exhibition, Garden City versus the Netherlands at Garden City High School. Here's an opportunity again for Holland, and the shot and the goal.
The goal was by Sebastian Sauer, and it was played to him by Carlo, the little 15-year-old.
So Sebastian Sauer with the first goal of the game. And you said Schaefer with the assist?
Yes.
And a 1-0 lead now for the Netherlands.
Here comes Michael Barr. Barr handling the puck. Barr with the wrister scores. Michael Barr handled the puck very well for Garden City. Number 91, Alex Kopacki carrying the puck, shoots and scores again. He's got the hat trick. A natural hat trick for Kopacki as he got Chris Sislo to come out and commit.
And for the Firefighters, putting a top shelf. No, now it goes in. Let's see if they credit the goal the first time around to Hughes, number 14, or if it was the rebound shot that was put in.
Omni Edition Sports presents Garden City Park's Recreation Basketball. Today from Berger High School, the Douglas Dolphins take on the Farmington Falcons as we have the tip-off at center court. Game in progress here with the Douglas Dolphins in the blue, the Falcons in the burgundy and yellow. This is Bob Paul along with Brian Larson. I almost said Harold there for a minute, bringing you the second game today. And we'll try and pick up the numbers and the players as we move along.
And on the counter is Kilpatrick, and he's going to take it in. Nickerson, I stand corrected. Number 23 from about 23 yards out.
Well, they've been running that little counter play. I don't know if that's a counter or reverse. They kind of get a little motion going into the line, fake the handoff, and give it on kind of an end around to the slot back.
Here's Langlois again, and he scores! Top shelf, over the left shoulder, and he takes the helmet. No. Oh. What is this, college football? You take your helmet off?
So
Mug to the camera? My goodness. See, I told you they were serious in this.
Like you've been saying all night, I think Castle's the guy that Garden City needed to use a lot more than they have. Brandenburg's going to try to go inside.
Oh, yeah! He needed to do that. That's going to get some fire going with this team. That's what you need.
I'll tell you, if we can do that a couple of more times, we're in good shape. We're tied.
Oh, he gets the steal.
We got a whistle.
Talbot up the court. Little stutter step, misses that one. Rebound, Bako. No, I'm sorry. Mary Bullard got that one. Thought I saw a 20 on that one. 22. But Bullard got that one.
Bako didn't. I think she backed up one step over there at third base. Here comes the pitch. Bounced off the plate. Pass the pitch. Bako with the pick over to Kendrick, and
Nice step.
Nice pick by Bako. This is a good game for these ladies to pad those batting averages.
Absolutely.
Right at the shortstop, under her glove. One run comes in. Talbot rounds third. She'll head on home as Kendrick comes through with a 2-out hit, scores 2 runs, and Garden City takes a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, she needed that big time. That helped her out.
2 RBIs for Katie. Angie Hill, 11th graders, playing second base, steps in, number 21. A runner at second, one down. She squares, slaps it over the third baseman's head, picked up by Bako at short, the long throw, out at first, over to third. And a nice backup. Good team ball by the Lady Cougars as Bako reigns far to her right to pick up that ball, and she threw the batter out.
She fired that ball over. Definitely did an excellent job. And nice backup by Begas out there because they tried the 13 play and it didn't quite work, but Begas was there on the backup and saved any advance.
And you see Bako come down with the board. She's in a lot of blue jerseys. She'll slow it up, gives it inside, and it will go for Shannon Faber.
They break the rules a little bit. Bend them a lot, break them a little.
NBA steps.
Cook turns and shoots in. She makes it.
She's got 4.
Cook can be a player.
All Maycheck had to do was walk. He could have done the Deion Sanders dance if he wanted to.
So now it's getting out of hand, 34-0.
I want to see these girls do 34 push-ups at this point. I think they might have
is that what they're supposed to do? 1 for every point?
1 for every point.
Oh, Ted, keep an eye on this. We don't want to miss this when they go to do 34 push-ups. The point after attempt, again, is good.
And now it's 35.
35-0 our score. As I think the cheerleaders are discussing it now with 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining.
They're going to have to count in 5s.
Now they're spreading out. I think they're going to do it.
The crowd's getting ugly. They want some push-ups.
And the announcer, the PA announcer, just said push-ups. They're just going to act like they don't know what anybody's talking about.
Oh.
The crowd is getting ugly.
They're being booed. They're counting the points off with high jumps or with toe touches or whatever these are. I don't know. Ask Deanna.
Girl jumps.
Girl jumps.
There's the mascot, though.
There you go. He's the man.
The Thunderbird. He's got that big head to deal with, too, as he's doing the push-ups.
Y'all ready for this?
And the Chief will try to dump it out. He can't do so. Kept in by number 5. That's Iliak, but it's kept in again or brought back into the zone now. Shot taken and a goal scored by Ruben Iliak. Number 5 picks up the second goal of the game for the Doctors, and they lead it by a score of 2-0 as we approach the 9-minute mark.
Now here's the Hospital going the other way. But they continue to occupy the smoke buster zone in front of the net. Centering pass scores. Number 27, Mark Danuccio on a nice pass.
Omni Edition Sports presents from Garden City High School in Garden City, Michigan, Lady Cougar basketball. Tonight, the Garden City Cougars take on the Redford Union Panthers. Hi again, everybody. Dan York along with Marshall Henry, the varsity basketball coach here at Garden City High School. In just a couple of minutes, Barry Patterson, the junior varsity basketball coach here at Garden City, will be along to supply the color commentary on our second broadcast of Lady Cougar basketball for 1997. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Garden City High School, where tonight the Garden City Cougars take on the Redford Union Panthers in Michigan Mega Conference girls basketball action. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and join Garden City's own Amber Grand as she honors America with the singing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Amber Grand. With us now is Barry Patterson, the junior varsity girls basketball coach here at Garden City High School. Big win for you guys in your game prior to this one.
Yeah, it was a real nice win for us, Dan. We came out, two teams. We were 5-2, they were 5-3. We thought it was going to be a real tight game, and we kind of set the tone real early. Oh,
And here's a quick steal and a foul there committed by Mary Bullard. It up now. Mathena takes the good shot with time running out. Boy, I'm surprised she got that shot off.
Yeah, nice court awareness for her, or awareness of the clock as well. She caught the basketball, got her shot off with a second to go, and was able to actually get a pretty good look at the basket.
So there you see our score at the end of one quarter is Redford Union 15, Garden City 9. Second half action here at Garden City High School. Dan York along now with Jenny Talbot, who graduated from Garden City last year, played, I think, 3 years on the varsity. Am I right?
Yes, 3 years.
And the sister of Sarah Talbot, who is a junior starter on this Garden City team as we begin the second half. First off, what are you doing these days?
Going to school, basically.
Okay. That's
working,
enough.
And working.
That's enough the year after you graduate from high school. Redford Union gets the jump ball possession on the arrow. They have a 4-point lead. You've seen at least all the home games I've seen you at this year. What do you think about Garden City's varsity this year?
I think they're still young. They're improving, though. I mean, they're doing a lot better than I kind of expected, actually. I know that's mean, but we're starting to move the ball a little bit better. The guards are.
They look a little more comfortable.
Yeah, more relaxed, more.
And like you said, there's 3 juniors in the starting lineup, so that's gonna account for a lot of things. Garden City now with Bako back out there with her 3 fouls. She has trouble with the dribble. Shoves it over to Carly Wright. Carly Wright puts it down, tries to take the jump shot and gets it to go. Carly Wright, she's got 8. Andrew Lamarand, who couldn't hold on to the ball and keep his feet moving at the same time, so the Cougars will get it back in their new uniforms, which arrived just before the game on Tuesday.
Nice looking uniforms, might add.
Fairchild on the dribble. Up top now, this is Mike Roble. Roble through the paint, gives it to Schroeder, and Schroeder puts it in with an assist from Roble. Garden City gets the first 2 points of the evening.
Nice penetration by Mike Roble to come up through the key to spot Schroeder breaking to the basket. And that's a good call by the coach, because if he leaves in there and she picks up a third real quick, that's really going to put him in a jam. This is only the first quarter with 4:40 to go. We're tied at 4 apiece.
On the dribble there. This is Talbot going in. Sarah Talbot with her second basket, her 4th point, and Garden City leads it 6-4 with 4.5 remaining in the first quarter. Nice move inside. Kirsten Marshall, who just came in with the shot. Pass up ahead to Bako. Bako with a high dribble gives it inside there to Shannon Faber. Shannon Faber gets it to go. She's got 4. Garden City's got an 8-4 lead.
Following today's softball game, stay tuned for Planning for a Better Tomorrow. Sue McGraw and a look at the Afternoon Delight Concert Series at the Commons.
Make sure you watch that show if you want to know what's happening around the city. Very informative, and I like the background on that show.
Absolutely.
There's Tom Knable's car. He was too worried about getting this game off to have that car fixed today, so.
He canceled his appointment with Mako, huh?
We can't say enough about Tom Knable's civic sense of duty.
Absolutely.
And that's all we'll say about it.
Closed subject.
Good shot of the crowd. The Garden City supporters are out here en masse. There's the dugout. Quiet today. We don't see a lot of cheering going on. Not a lot of those little ditties that they sing.
Yep, and some of the ditties that can't be broadcast. True.
Maybe Missy Bako can step in here, get us going. Missy Bako, Brandy Mulvaney, and Jenny Talbot. They'll be the batters.
Schroeder. Back to Brooks. Brooks gets it inside for Schroeder. Schroeder looks for some ball. Pops. Hits two. So just like that, Schroeder comes in and makes the score 10-8.
Garden City did a nice move on that. They got the ball down on the far side of the court into the baseline and put it in the hole for 2.
And here's the delivery. Ground ball.
Where's my second baseman?
And nobody picks it up, so another run scores, makes it 4-3. And she hits a ground ball down the first base line that gets under the first baseman's mitt and past the right fielder into right field. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. And 2 RBIs on the double by Brandcart.
Big swing. Hard inside
Hard
pitch.
inside. That's where you like it. Low and inside or
Good job.
low and outside.
Good job.
You're throwing the ball hard.
All right, that brings up Jay Potvin. Good ball player. Good ball player. I've coached him before in his Pinot years. Real dedicated ball player.
There's a line drive.
Fair ball.
This might be 2 bases.
Oh.
He's going for 3.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
He might go for home.
He's going. He's going. There's a throw.
He's gonna score.
Inside the park.
He never stopped on that one.
Was he watching his coach bases or his coaches at the base, or was he just going? And
That'll make it 1-0. I'll give him a home run inside the park on that one.
Yeah.
That's hollow
They
shafts.
get quite
He's-
expensive.
He's stuck with the Thunder.
There's a blast out in right field.
Over his head. What a rip.
1 hop to the fence.
Big rip by Blake.
That
Brings
was it.
another run in.
Real good hit by Blake. 1 hop to the fence.
That'll make it a 2-0 lead.
Up to bat, we have Brian Schibel. Played for the Blue Jays. The 12-year-old in 7th grade at the junior high.
Ooh, right off the lines, Judge. And then off the trailer.
The interesting thing was that scrunchie looked like a normal scrunchie, and their goalie has a baseball hat on, which I would think would be as dangerous as a I've never heard of anybody getting killed by a scrunchie. But the hat brim could slice the throat.
Push out! Push him out more!
Garden City still with control, and they've been able to keep control most of the game. Glad you could be with us to watch Garden City Cougar Soccer here on GCTV.
As we come up on the halfway point in the first half.
Ooh, that may go in the goal. And it does. Pappas tried to clear it. And it went in off of number 22, Jenny Brown, on the clear. So a bad break for Garden City, and Trenton is on the board.
First grader goes to Farmington Elementary. Likes math and computers, Jim. Oh, line drive.
Line drive. Oh, it gets by the right fielder. It's going towards the fence. David's on his way to second base. Up there, holding him up at second. Oh, he decided to go to third by himself.
What a rip. He hit the alley with that one.
He caught the gap, got it out to the fence.
Here's the stretch and the delivery. A changeup, and this one is ripped into left field, and it gets past the glove of Teets. So this will score Ryan Yarborough as Teets is down. DeMichael turns the bag at second, heads for third. Throw comes in from the center fielder, and it's a stand-up triple for Angelo DeMichael. An RBI and the first run of the ball game for Garden City, and they now trail it 5-1. DeMichael hit one that Teets could not handle, and he is down.
I think Marshall Henry's going to talk to her in between quarters about dribbling so much.
Hankinson for 3.
Your hometown municipal station. Great programming. And I want to tell you, there's some of the best local programming any community has is right here in Garden City. So watch your local programming. Quarterback, number 32, turns around, hands it off to Whitfield. Whitfield's got nothing but space. He's off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5, walks into the end zone. And that is just absolutely too easy as quarterback Jason Wright handed the ball off to Terrence Whitfield. And Whitfield, he strolled to the end zone. Absolutely nobody threatened him. Griffin on the same call, split backfield. Calls the snaps, turns around, hands it to Hewley. Hewley into the end zone, touchdown. That's a one-point conversion.
And I think everybody gets a thrill out of turning on the radio on Saturday or Sunday and hearing you on the most powerful radio station in the state of Michigan.
Wow.
And it's a 4-3 game. Al Bashami just turned around, swung it in.
Y'all ready for this?
Celebrating 15 years of bringing community programming to Garden City, Omni Edition Sports presents from Garden City High School in Garden City, Michigan, Cougar basketball. Tonight, the Garden City Cougars take on the Etzel Ford Thunderbirds coming home in 1998. Hi again, everybody. Dan York along with Greg Williamson, the varsity basketball coach here at Garden City High School as we get ready for Game 11 of the 97-98 season. Big game for the kids because it's coming home. Tough, you're coming off a big loss on Tuesday. You guys have lost a lot of close basketball games this year. What do you do at the midpoint of the season to get the kids ready to go for the second half?
That's a good question. We use different motivational tools along the way, offer them practice off. We do some things besides basketball. We'll take them bowling and try to get away from it a little bit. But for the most part, it's been a pretty good performance throughout the year. Like you say, we've been in a lot of games. We've only been blown out 2 or 3 times. The effort's been there. We're just coming up a little bit short.
I mean, it's not like the kids don't work hard, but their skills are limited. It's only so good of a basketball team. And even if you get the maximum effort out of this basketball team every day, they're only going to compete so well.
Yeah, we're having a real hard time scoring any points. We only average like 48 points a game, and that's not really my style. We've had trouble shooting the basketball. I actually thought we'd be a little bit better shooting it. I'm hoping one of these days we put it all together and shoot the ball well one night. Maybe this will be the night.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Here now, the official starting lineup for the visiting Etzel Ford Thunderbirds. At a guard position, number 11, Daniel Curtinitis. At a guard position, number 22, David Nichols. The center, number 31, Ryan Johnson. The forwards, number 32, Christopher Pasut. And forward number 33, Kevin Zareki. The coach of Etzel Ford is Ibrahim Beydoun. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Garden City Cougars. First the non-starters, number 12, Aaron Sparkman. Number 14, Matt Chedister. Number 15, Jerry Cherwag. Number 22, Jason Rafalski. 23, Josh Morton. 25, Ryan Audette. 32, Joe Samborski. 34, Chris Barnier. And 50, Mark Childs. And now your starters. At a guard position, a sophomore, number 13, Robbie Hudson. The seniors, forward number 30, Matt Brooks. Center number 40, Brad Schroeder. guard number 44, Dan Fairchild. And forward number 24, Mike Romo. The coach of Garden City is Greg Williamson. His assistant is Mike Williamson. Our officials, John Vicaminas and Fred Cohen.
Well, it was like Coach Williamson said, they didn't get blown out in games. They're always in games.
Triple there for Matt Brooks.
The Etzel game was no different. I mean, Garden City now taking the lead. Looks like this could be a good game. We just got to get some good defense down low. A couple stops and Garden City couldn't pull away.
Omni Edition Sports presents from the Bill Pennell Athletic Field in Garden City, Michigan, Cougar Soccer. This afternoon, the Garden City Cougars take on the Fordson Tractors. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan York with Brian the Goose Finnerty, and we're getting ready for Garden City's first conference game of the 1998 season as they play here at Garden City Junior High at Bill Pennell Field. As the Cougars take on the Fordson Tractors, Garden City 2-0 coming into this game. And Brian, your involvement in youth soccer in Michigan and your involvement in soccer over your lifetime, this is really where you start to separate who might go on to a college career in soccer, who might even get involved in competition of a higher level.
Yeah, this is where I think the players start to say, I'm going to play one sport mostly, and start doing some of that training to gear up for looking into a college, and then maybe some talking about playing pro.
Now tell me a little bit about your life growing up. Did you play high school soccer, and what was your motivation to get into it? Because back when you were a kid, soccer wasn't the in thing to do.
Yeah, it was kind of the old pirate sport because we had to kind of make up for what football and baseball didn't take away. And so I played baseball and soccer in high school, and then my last 2 years I just focused on soccer. And really I got into it. I was just an overweight kid that started playing soccer as a young kid, and when I got into high school, there was a need for a goalkeeper. And so I just kind of strung along and hung in there, and starting with my sophomore year, I got the chance to start at the varsity level and got a look by San Diego State. They recruited me for the following year after my senior year, and went on to play 4 years there and on to the Rockers after that.
You've been the only goaltender that the Rockers have had in their 9-year history now.
Yeah, surprisingly, we go back over the years, and I can't believe it was 9 years. We, when I came in as a rookie, we used to say, gosh, these guys have been in the league 6-7 years, what dinosaurs these guys are, and here I am starting my 9th season, so I'm happy to be along with it.
All right, well, Garden City, as we said, comes into this game with a 2-0 record. Fordson always plays well, and Fordson always plays well against the Cougars, so we're looking forward to a great game here this afternoon. The Garden City Cougars taking on the Fordson Tractor from Bill Pennell Field. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after you watch this. So Garden City with a 5-point lead here in the second quarter. Carly Wright forces it into Sarah Talbot. Sarah Talbot gets it to go and draws the foul. Sarah's got 8, and she'll get to shoot another one.
Garden City's doing a really fine job getting the ball down low. They just got to either wait a second, take a better shot, or look for a second pass.
There you see Talbot at the line. There you see Marshall. We don't have to recruit. We have genetics. Out to Novica.
Those Catholic schools might recruit.
We don't need that.
We don't need it.
Griswock on the dribble, guarded closely by Tracy Hudson in the game now. And here's the steal by Sarah Talbot. Talbot, a 1-on-2, splits the middle. She's got 6, and Garden City leads 16-7.
Go get 'em, Tiger. Row.
We're all behind our baseball team. Go get 'em, Tiger. World Series bound and picking up steam. Go get 'em, Tiger. There'll be joy in Tiger Town. We'll sing you songs when the Bengals bring the pennant home where it belongs. We're all behind our baseball team. Go get 'em. Detroit Tigers. Go get 'em, Tigers. We're all behind our baseball team. Go get 'em. Detroit Tigers.
Bases loaded, one out. Ball hit down the third baseline. It's hit hard. It's a grand slam. That was a good, well hit ball right down the third baseline.
Mike Roberts attends Lathers, and he says his favorite subject is math.
Adding up runs.
Counting his RBI.
That's right.
And
And there's a rip into right center field, and this one's going to go all the way to the wall. It'll easily score. Clendenning from third base. Roberts takes the turn at second. He's going to third. And DeFran will eat it, give up the triple. Mike Roberts just tore that one up.
Anybody scouting Garden City the past 3 games has not seen us throw a lot. And to bring Hudson back in, you've got the swing pass, you've got Justin Ackerman, you've got Marzalak.
Josh Fee had over 100 yards at Truman last week.
Josh Fee, you pull him in.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Wyandotte to figure out how to play defense against Garden City.
Here we
Hudson
go.
keeps it on his hip.
You've got Ackerman in the end
goes
zone.
For the end zone. Justin Ackerman
Touchdown.
with a touchdown catch. And Garden City takes a 6-0 lead. Justin Ackerman, 6'9". All by himself in the end zone.
They just don't know who to cover, Dan. We have got so many weapons and so many people at the skill position, you can't focus on one person.
Ackerman, a junior, wasn't even planning on going out for football after practice started. Finally decided he would go out for football, and just like that, he's got a touchdown catch in Garden City, working on a 7-0 lead. DeMichael with a point after attempt, and it is good. So our score with 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Garden City is 7, Wyandotte nothing, and Garden City put it all together. They had everything you wanted from a drive for Garden City. Hudson throwing the ball, Sparks with a couple of good runs, and they found Ackerman in the end zone.
Number 20, Mike Sparks on the carry. Touchdown, Blue!
That whole run right there can be attributed to Garden City's line. They opened up one heck of a hole and did a great job of blocking to put Sapiro within a couple of yards.
Ball's on the 4-yard line, second and goal. Straight to the formation to the far side of the field. Turnaround, hand to Sparks, up the gut. Touchdown! Garden City Sparks!
Fee. Josh Fee.
First down and 14.
11:37 on the clock. Ackerman to the near side. Fee and Sparks in the eye. Hudson turns around, gives it to Sparks. He's got the 30, cuts inside. He's at the 20, 15, 10. He cuts inside. Touchdown! Sparks!
Number 20, Mike Sparks on the carry.
And that was a great run there by Sparks. Came to the left, cut to his right, found open field, and it was all Garden City after that.
Sparks got to that line of scrimmage, looked to his right side, saw nothing but the cone at the end zone, and he headed for it. 13-7 at the 11-19 mark. Kick is up, and it's good.
With 11 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, Garden City 14, Wyandotte 7.
Big third down. Ball is just short of the 15. Got to get inside the 10 for the first down. Clock is ticking. Powell walks up to the line. Miller right behind him. Fitzsimmons behind Miller. Miller steps out to the far side. Two receivers split to the far side of the field. Powell deliberately calling signals. Back to pass, 7 steps, turns around, squares, puts it in the end zone. Intercepted, Garden City in the end zone.
And that's Rob Hudson in the end zone with the interception. And a big, big play by Garden City there.
Garden City dodges another bullet as Powell put the ball into the house, and only one home was Rob Hudson.
His dad's been coaching him to be a football player since the day he was shot out.
Sparks stops. He's got a hole. 40. He's got the 45. 50. He's got one man to beat. He's going to be tackled at the 16-yard line of the Wyandotte Bears as Sparks goes through the line on this identical play he scored on. The big guys. Abels, Butcher, McDaniel. This is the play they've practiced since the 1st of August. Hudson turns around, Sparks, touchdown! At the 4:28 mark, Garden City punches the ball in from the 1-yard line. It is now 20-7.
About a 21-yard field goal attempt for Lederman.
28's kicking. 28 is the kicker. Scott Williams is kicking. Hubbs holding. Ball's down. Ball is up. Ball is good! Williams on a 21-yard field goal has put Garden City ahead 3-0 in the first overtime period. Hang on to your hats. Farmington's going to come out and try the same thing.
Nice job by Andrea Dunn to keep it in this side of the court. From outside is Karen McLeod, and she buries it for the 3.
Gets it over to Burton. Burton drives right side, cuts inside, up off the glass, no good. Rebound number 12, DeMichael. Lead pass for 8. Rankovich up short off the rim, no good. Wide open layup missed. Ball's out to Jankowski off his hands. Rugby scrum breaks out. 6 right gets the ball inside and good.
So both teams at even strength with almost 2 minutes remaining in the period.
Pass off to Redmond. Stolen by Angoyan. He's on a break. Shoots.
Harnos on the dribble. Robbie Hudson to Webb. Back to Cherwalk. Harnos. Boy, is Etzel Ford moving around on defense. Cherwalk thinks about it, walks through the paint, gets it to go and draws the foul. So Jerry Cherwalk gets his 4th point of the night and draws the foul. Omni Edition Sports presents from Garden City High School in Garden City, Michigan, Cougar basketball. Tonight, the Garden City Cougars take on the Redford Union Panthers, coming home 1999. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dan York. Going on behind me right now is the junior varsity game as Garden City takes on the Redford Union Panthers. And in just a little while, Brian Larson will be here with Ted Fournier as they provide the color and play-by-play for the varsity coming home basketball game here tonight. Nice play by Audette to see if he can keep control. He did not step out of the bound, kicks it in. Back to Franklin, but a nice play by Audette. It's in the Garden City side. North Sizemore, turnaround off the glass, and Colin Sizemore picks up his 6th point. Garden City leads 20-11, and they've been impressive so far. And he won't get that one, and he won't get the second one, and Sizemore pulls down the board. Here comes Brian Harnos. Harnos through the paint, kicks it out, nice play. Sizemore on the dribble, gives it this side to Audette. Audette from the outside, great ball movement, nothing to show for it, but that was a great sequence for Garden City. As a great job by number 24 for Garden City Sparks to keep it in. Great ball possession or ball movement, and that one will count for Mike Sparks. Give him 4, and he draws the foul.
Thanks for watching this OETV Sports Special. Again, this is one of 4 specials taking a look at sports on TV in Garden City since 1985. There have been many changes in our community and the way that we have brought this programming to you over the years. We started with 1 camera, went to 2 cameras with a switcher and a wooden box that my father built for me. We grew into working out of the back of my van to a FEMA trailer that was built for Hurricane Katrina, all the way to a full-blown television production truck. We've learned as we went, and hundreds of interns and volunteers have passed through our doors. Some did it just for fun, some did it for a grade, and some have gone on to careers in media, and I couldn't be prouder of all of them. I have been so lucky to work with some incredible people, and I can't thank them enough for all that they have done for me and for their friendship. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this special, and I hope you have enjoyed our efforts throughout 4 decades to cover your city and bring these games that included your sons, your daughters, your nieces, your nephews, and your cousins along with the kid next door. Lots of the people that you've seen on our telecast are now parents in Garden City, and their kids are now the ones taking the field, the court, the ice, or the mat. For everyone at Omni Edition Television, I'm Dan York. Thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.